Hey, all right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem and Kakadash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, for ruling well, and salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom to the elect. Hey, I'm a brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. It's a live show lesson, and it was inspired by this video clip that I'm gonna play in a second. It's going back to that guy. I don't know if brothers are familiar with the guy Donald Sterling. You know, this Edomite who once owned the Los Angeles Clippers a few years back, and he got ousted by the NBA or barred from the NBA because of his opinions on his players, you know, on his players was so-called racist, you know, and it just showed Esau's hatred for Jake, you know, and so that's why I entitled this lesson, the show clip shows Esau's hatred for Jake. Now it's just obviously the show is Salakia, give me a second. The show is they take what they call creative licensing. So they add a little bit. I think like I only saw a clip of the show, no pun intended. And I think they try to make it sound like old girl that was letting the tapes out was doing it so she can get rich or something like that. And Esau basically let his true feelings about what happened. And so anyway, I came across this clip today, and it inspired this lesson. And it just showed you what they think about Jake. And on top of that, these multi-million-dollar individuals that you see out here, these athletes, these entertainers, these musicians, so-called, they're in slavery, bro. You know, these Israelites, they're in slavery, bro. They ain't gonna tell you. They just high-paid slaves. That's all they are, okay? And when you're in Esau's world, you got to do what Esau says to do. And Esau, in his mind, he can treat you however he wants, because slavery didn't stop for Esau. In Esau's mind, I'm talking about these Edomites with billions and millions of dollars, you know, that own these Fortune 500 companies. You know, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. That family, I think they call the Hunt family. They're known racists. Their forefather, H.L. Hunt, was a super racist, man. And he didn't like so-called black people. And in fact, he was the one that financially propped up the Nation of Islam, particularly in its heyday, all right? Because he was a separatist. I'll bring that out, Lord willing. But this just shows you Esau's hatred for Jake, you know? And this also shows you that we're in captivity to this day, all right? Real quick, before I play this clip, let me get this preset real quick. Salakia. Just bear with me, brothers. All right. I'm not going to show it. I'm going to have to read it because I got the screen up. But anyway, it says, matter of fact, just bear with me, brothers. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. All right. Because contrary to what Jake believed, you're in slavery, man. Salakia. I'm just trying to share the screen. Just bear with me, brothers. Just bear with me. All right, stay with me, right? Right? This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Now, the average Israelite walking around this earth, calling himself a so-called black, Latino, Native American, what have you, they don't understand that they're in captivity. They believe that, you know, slavery chattel slavery was ended, and now we're all free. You know, I came across another video. I want to watch it too. This gentleman, he was speaking about Abraham Lincoln, how Abraham Lincoln, he didn't want equality between the so-called white man and the so-called Negro, the so-called African-American slaves here. He didn't want that. He wanted the whole country full of so-called white people, just like Benjamin Franklin wanted. Benjamin Franklin wanted the country that was all so-called white, because during his time, major European countries like Germany, Switzerland, right? It was run by Jakes. Even Britain was run by Jakes, right? So he, in his heart of hearts, he didn't end slavery because it was a terrible practice that destroyed a nation of people, right? No, not at all. It was just a power move for him to industrialize America, take America from the agricultural slave industry and change it into a wage industry, industrialized wage industry, which now everybody's in captivity. It's just that some people slavery is a lot easier than others. But again, we're yet this day in our captivity. Okay, you got Jake running around here because you can take a trip, because you can be a so-called entrepreneur. Jake believed that he or she is free because you have all this liberty to destroy yourself, to gather abroad, to destroy yourself, to get into any and everything. You know, Jake believes that they're free, but you're not free. Okay, you're far from it. Oh man, what's going on? It's like I'm trying to look for a preset, and for some reason this website ain't working right. Hold on, just bear with me. For some reason it ain't working right. Anyway, I just want to get this precept in the book of Baruch, but in the GNT, and see what it says. Okay, again, yeah, here it is right here. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8, in the GNT. All right, and it says, "You have scattered us among the nations, and you have made them despise and curse us. You are punishing us for the sins of our ancestors when they rebelled against you, the Lord our power." And we are our ancestors. The Lord ain't just punishing us for what our ancestors did, because we are our ancestors. This is the reason why we inherited these things. Remember, the scripture says that these curses are going to be on all our descendants. All right. And so now, being underneath these people that are ever reputed as nothing, right? They treat Jake like nothing, especially at a high level. You'd be surprised to find out. I just want to share this screen. You'd be surprised to find out what Esau truly thinks about Jake, especially what Jake got to put up with in these industries. All right, particularly athletes, because you're nothing more than a prop to Esau. You know, Esau will give you some women, Esau will give you some money, right? But in reality, this dude, he look at you like you're a slave, man. So without any further ado, let me play this real quick. Hopefully it plays.
Introduce you to one of the finest athletes I've ever met. I want him to say a few words. The one and only, #1 choice in America, Blake Griffin.
Donald Sterling used to have these big white parties where he'd invite everybody who was willing to come, and they were horrible.
Yeah, and they still have these white parties. You see them all the time. These hip hop celebrities, these athletes, they go into these
the JJ Redick trade, and that's when I knew.
After all that,
The next one I want to
Edomites, they be throwing these all white parties. You'll see Jay-Z there. You'll see the latest hip hop to do. You'll see these rich billionaires surrounding themselves with Jakes, with more props, right? So this ain't nothing new, and they still doing this to this day.
introduce you to one of the finest athletes I've ever met. I want him to say a few words. The one and only, #1 choice in America, Blake Griffin.
Donald Sterling used to have these big white parties where he'd invite everybody who was willing to come, and they were horrible. How uncomfortable the players were, how unnatural it all felt.
You know, we're there, and Mr. Sterling is sort of like showcasing us.
You were just there, and people would come talk to you, and he would compliment you, and like, oh, look at this guy, like, okay, next.
When he called me up there, and he was like, this is Chris Paul, he's new to our team. And he was like, isn't he handsome? And I was standing there.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Because Esau is a homosexual, bro, at a high level, man. And they be freaking off with these players, man. If you don't get down with them, guess what? You ain't gonna get that next deal. And you be surprised what these people got to put up with, man. Again, they're nothing but high-paid slaves, man. And you got people coveting after these men's lifestyle. Today, you got millions of young Israelite children hoping that they can be in the NBA one day, slam dunking the ball for some team, getting $1 million, $300 million contract. But you don't know what you got to do for that. You got to give it up. Yeah, like it says, I'm getting get out auction party vibes. And it is an auction. And then somebody else right here said, I guess Michael Rubin took over the white parties when Sterling was kicked out. Yeah, because that's the guy. He used to be the owner of the Sixers. This guy right here, Michael Rubin, right? He used to own the Sixers, but he's a billionaire. And yeah, there's this Edomite right here. I think he's a small head. I ain't sure. But yeah, he's worth like $11.5 billion. And see, you see him at these white parties, right? You see these different celebrities, Tom Brady, you know what I mean? You look at this shit. Tom Brady, Travis Scott, Quavo, the latest hip hop craze, Jay-Z, snugged up, they all happy and shit. The same shit still going on. And these guys are a tool. Even Tom Brady's a tool, man. Even though he's he's considered a so-called white man. I think he a Jake. But guess what? He's a slave too. He's just a higher paid slave than the rest of these guys, man. You see? You got your Kim Kardashian always showing up, Lala, Lil Baby. And these guys are getting freaked off, and they freaking off with these chicks, and all that shit's going down. Right? All these white parties, and Mbappe, he's a soccer player known for dealing with TSs, man. I think it might be Bad Bunny back there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just can't call these people up and they just come together. And you notice Esau is always back there looking weird as shit. Look at this Edomite back there looking weird and shit, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these billionaire Edomites you don't know. Some of them are more noticeable than others. You see the finest of the finest chicks show up to these parties, man. But these are the freak parties, man. And this guy, Donald Sterling, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing it. Salakia. Shut up, dude. Let me share this. I'm so sorry, brothers. I thought I was sharing the screen. Hold on. Stop sharing. Yeah, like I was saying, you got the so-called party, the so-called parties of the year. You get all these famous people in one room, or in one house, man, doing Lord knows what, and all this white, and you think it's just a white party, but no, it's a freak party. Donald Sterling through these same parties, these auction parties. And like I said, you always see the Edomite in the back that nobody know. Even the Edomite chicks that don't nobody know. They just freaking off on Jake or getting freaked off on by Jake. And Jake believed that, oh, these guys are your friends. Oh, this is my buddy. I rub shoulders with. Look at this dude. Who is this guy right here? I'm sure he's somebody in this industry, but he ain't somebody that you readily know, right? These guys take their pick of the litter of these so-called celebrities, man, and they freak off with them and do Lord knows what. Like I said, you got Lil Baby, Michael Rubin, Lala, Kim Kardashian, and it don't matter if these people worth $1 billion or a couple $1 million, man. These people are nothing but high-paid slaves, man. Right? They're nothing but high-paid slaves, both for the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. You got Leonardo DiCaprio there. You got, come on, man, Bad Bunny, all kind of people. I think that's J Balvin. I ain't sure, but it's a whole bunch of people that you don't know. Fat Joe, Meek Mills, all of these niggas, Lil Durky. Listen, bro, these people only typically go places for a fee, but in reality, these people going places to get freaked off on, bro, and they think that they're in good company because they're rubbing shoulders with these different people. But again, this is what Donald Sterling used to do. The white parties, the all white parties, man, and any and everything go down there, any and everything, and that's what was happening here. But now, like they telling you what was really going on in them white parties, man. What was really happening? What was really happening is Jake was getting freaked off on. Jake was getting molested. Jake was being auctioned off to the highest bidder. Jake was being auctioned off to the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Esau's a devil, bro, and he'll give you anything you want, but then he gonna want it back. This is Sirach chapter 13, verse 3. The rich man have done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. So the rich man do wrong, but he'll threaten you. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also, meaning he gotta beg. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. And that's what happened to a lot of these celebrities, these so-called celebrities, right? When they not useful, and when they're not useful to the people, when they're not useful for some type of cause to Esau, guess what? He just throw you away like you was never there, right? You try to phone call him, phone don't ring. The number's disconnected. Numbers changed, you know? And again, you don't get in these parties. You don't get in these parties because you just because you famous. Nah, you got to be down with the program, man. Right? So again, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. And that's what you see these NBA, NFL players, all these people, they're being used because they are profiting Esau. They drawing in millions of fans, bringing in billions of dollars a year. You know, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee, leave you in the ass. You know, like what's that man named? Fred, the dude that paid Fred Sanford, Red Fox, man. When he was no use to Esau, man, that man died broke and poor and broke, busted, and disgusted. And that's typically the ending of all these celebrity jakes: Aretha Franklin, Prince, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? These people are high level. Whitney Houston. These people were high level. These people were extremely wealthy in the world. But guess what? When they were no good, they were casted away. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. So Esau will use you, and he don't feel sorry for that. There's no guilt, right? There's no stress in his heart. Nah, he don't care. It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And this is a great example of that. Edomite got his hand on everybody's shoulder. He like, hey, whatever you want, man, I'll let you know. Put you down with the investment team, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing for free. And again, this man is not these people's friends, man. He's using these niggas, and these niggas are willingly being used, right? They're willingly being subjected to all manners of wickedness. This nigga Jay-Z, you know, he's a super demon, right? All these niggas are super demons. These NBA players, right? A whole bunch of niggas and then there's a bunch of niggas that you just don't even know. Who the fuck are these people, right? Besides the notable ones, and then you got the old freaks, man. This dude Robert Kraft, he owns the Patriots. He's a super billionaire. This dude's a billionaire. This guy's, you know, he's a billionaire. And this little nigga Meek Mill rubbing shoulders with him like, yeah, these my buddies. I got their numbers. I can give them a call right now and watch the things they'll do for me. You know, I think that's that nigga Steve Stout, right? All these superstars. What? Again, this video right here gonna show you what Esau really do at the white parties, how he really treated them chicks, and it showed nothing but disdain. So going back into Sirach 13:6, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? You know, and he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. At the last, he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee. Like it's like he never even knew you, and shake his head at you like, man, this guy, you know, that's what they do to you, man. And they're none the wiser. Neither do they care. All right. I don't know why it won't go back to the book portions. Bon Sirach. Man, the scriptures is full of wisdom, bro. But Jake don't want to hear the wisdom of the Lord, right? They think they know everybody. I mean, they think they know the Lord and everything. It says in the NLT, I mean in the GNT, it says verse 6, if he needs thee, he will trick you with his smile and cheerful, kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask. That's how Esau do you. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. Finally, when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass you by. You see? And that's the truth, right? This Edomite man, Donald Sterling, was a supreme racist, man, right? But he wasn't the type to just march around with the I hate nigga sign. Nah, he used Jake. Jake was for his pleasure, right? And he thought he was doing something, doing Jake a service by making him wealthy and players for him, man. You know, now the dude Steve Ballmer, the guy that used to be with Microsoft, he owns the team now. Yeah, like the brother Muck the general. You got to change your name, brother. Lord knows what kind of debauchery is going on in them parties. Exactly. Somebody said, why does Corey Green, hey, Shalom, brother. It says, why does Jake willingly participate in this nonsense? Because they in slavery, brother. They're in captivity. Right? They're in captivity. He says, is the hatred based in jealousy and projection of how they really feel about themselves? No, it's just a natural born hatred Esau has for Jake. The scriptures speak about Esau having what? A perpetual hatred. Let me get that real quick. Right? This is Ezekiel 35:5. Ezekiel 35. See, Jake don't like Elder, I think it was Elder Apostle Gabar, might have been Elder Apostle Har. He had said that, Jake, they don't look things through. I think it was Elder Apostle Gabar. Jake don't look things up. Jake don't, Jake is surface, real surface, man. So like they don't want to hear the deep things of what's really going on. They don't want to understand the truth of reality. Jake just want to live in his la-la land. But you don't know that you walking behind enemy lines. And anybody that's not in this truth is your enemy. Does that mean I gotta go out and project my hatred to this person or fuck up my job or some shit? Like, nah. It just you just know that this man's the enemy. I'm gonna be circumspect when I'm around him. I ain't gonna do too much, I ain't gonna say too much. Definitely ain't gonna show him nothing. You know what I mean? Because we ain't in that time. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So Esau has always had a perpetual hatred. It ain't so much about projection, is that we're in captivity. We're in captivity, brother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't free. None of us are free. We're free in Yahweh Shah. We're free in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, meaning that the things that tether us to this world no longer tether us to this world. We're tethered through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And we're in the world, but we're not of the world. You understand? So yeah, so that's what it is. Esau just hate Jake, right? That's all. And then the another thing about it is, not only do they hate you, is that look, they'll make money off of your they'll make money off of your oppression, right? This show called Clip, right? The scandalous story of LA's other basketball team, which is the Clippers. And then look, it got a woman with these witchcraft colors, red and blue, right? And what she got you by the balls, man. And that's what Esau got, Jake. Esau got all these NBA basketball playing, NFL football catching, track running, hockey playing, and even their own people. They don't give a fuck, man. This man is a monster. This man is a complete monster. And again, he got these Jakes by the balls, man, because they're in a contract with this man. So they got a covenant and an agreement with this man. So they're bound to those contracts, right? So this man, this is spiritual, man. This is spiritual. This man and his witchcraft got Jake by the balls, man. And that's what Esau, that's how Esau has it. That's why that dude, what's his name? The Edomite that got caught up in the acting thing, the acting thing. What's his name? Man, Harvey Weinstein, right? He would just walk up to Jake and grab his penis, man. He didn't care. He didn't care. He was a homosexual. He was a bisexual, a trisexual, a pedophile, all of that. These Edomites, they get down, bro. You know, and this is because we in captivity, man. You ain't free. Got you by the balls, man. Straight up. He got you by the balls, man. The cojones, man. It's locked here, bro. Just bear with me, brothers. See if any of the other brothers are available. It's locked here, man. Yeah, man. Jake, man. Yeah, man. No, brother, like the brother said, damn, I know the feeling. We all feel that way. We all feel like, damn, we just want to be left alone, but we in captivity right now. And we got work to do, right? Coming back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We won't be left, they're gonna leave us alone when we're in the kingdom, bro. When we're sovereign. But yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel that way all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake just want peace, man. You know, but you ain't gonna get peace down here. Let me share this video again. Let me go back to this video. Fuck it, man. Yeah, man. Shit is real out here. So let me play this video again, man.
People feel certain things. Hispanics feel certain things towards blacks. Blacks feel certain things towards other groups. It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
Yeah, and it hasn't always been that way. You know, the reason why Jake, so-called blacks and Latinos have had enmity between us is because of the curses, bro. But what Esau do, he manipulates that whole divide and conquer and take over spirit that he has. You know, Esau uses that for his advantage. You know, that's what he does. So what? He sees that things are bad. Does he say, you know what? Let me fix this. It's too much separatism between the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Let me fix that. Nah, what he do? He exploit it and treat you like shit. And then when you bring up things that he has done to you, what do you say? Well, y'all did it to each other. So Esau just think that what? He could just do it to you. That's why the scripture says, and one of you brothers can get the scripture in Ezekiel 12 and in 25, Bible Gashah. One of you bros on a comment board, get the precept where it speaks about Ezekiel 12 and 25, and I'll read it. I'll post it on from the chat. You know, get that, because that tell you a lot. This Esau look at Jake like he's just a heathen. You know, so he just do whatever he want to you. He don't care. It don't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? He don't wake up and say, you know what, this is wrong. Nah, what he do is he freak off on you and do you dirty. When racist NBA owner took his team to all white parties, man.
He's new to our team. He was like, isn't he handsome? You know, and I was standing there like, what are you talking about?
People feel certain things. Hispanics feel certain things towards blacks. Blacks feel certain things towards other groups. It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
If you're an African American, racism is a part of your everyday reality in this world. There is not a day that you don't deal with racism in some shape or form. Sometimes you get mad, sometimes you respond, and sometimes you charge it to the game. But the tape, it was exposure. Now there was evidence, and people are going to expect some kind of response. What are you going to do?
the J.J. Redick trade, and that's when I knew that I was in trouble. My first chance at signing a free agent was J.J. Redick, and J.J. said, "You know what? I'm coming to the Clippers." I get on the plane to go home, and I land, and there's 100 voicemails. "Doc, the deal is off. Sterling has changed his mind."
Donald Sterling woke up on July 4th, and at some point that day, he said, "You know, I think that's too much money for a white guy. I don't want to make that trade."
He didn't like white players, and that was my first exposure to the race thing.
That same year, all-star basketball legend Elgin Baylor took his former boss to court. Baylor not only accused Sterling of paying him significantly less because he's black, but also claimed Sterling wanted the team to be composed of poor black kids from the South and a white head coach.
Yeah, because Esau want that slavery. He want to be reminded of how he had Jake, man. You know? These mind you, these men, they're making all kinds of money, man. But you got some Jake that a lot of them Jakes, they just turn the other cheek and let Esau slap them on that one. And some Jake that buck up, they get kicked out, man. You see? And then Jake end up emulating what Esau did.
He said Sterling told him repeatedly he was, quote, giving these poor black kids an opportunity to make a lot of money.
I must say that I was rather naive when I bought the team. I was under the distinct impression that one that owns a professional franchise just shops around to find which player meets his needs, and he buys them.
Once I got to the team, he's at
and he buys them. You niggas is for sale. It told you. That's why in the scriptures in Revelation 18, it tells you that when this place is destroyed, ain't going to be no more slaves. Souls of men. You see? What the brother says, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in our days, O rebellious house, I will say the word and will perform it. Yeah, brother. Yeah, bro. You gotta, I don't know where this precept, brother. You gotta put where the precept came from, bro, so I can call it and read it. I read it, but I didn't know what I was reading. Yeah, like the brother said, that's a demonic mindset. But that's Esau for you, bro. That's Esau. And like the show, they don't show you half the hatred that Esau had for Jake. They're gonna water that. If you watch the TV show clip or whatever, they're gonna water it down. They're gonna water it down. They're not gonna show you the raw, like you're hearing it from these guys' mouths. And I'm sure they're not even telling you half the shit that happened. Mind you, again, this dude, Chris Paul, he worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But it ain't the money, man. This nigga's a slave. He said this dude was looking at him, calling him handsome, grabbing on him and shit. You know, treating him like a damn Slovakia.
The next one I want to introduce you to.
Slovakia, I don't know what happened. Yeah.
The J.J. Redick trade.
Come on, man.
The next one I want.
The J.J. Redick trade, and that's when I knew that
Baylor not only accused Sterling of coach, he said Sterling told him repeatedly he was, quote, giving these poor black kids an opportunity to make a lot of money.
I must say that I was rather naive when I bought the team. I was under the distinct impression that one that owns a professional franchise just shops around to find which player meets his needs, and he buys them.
Once I got to the team, he's at every game. He'd always come up to you and sort of like grab your hand or like touch your, yeah.
The J.J. Redick
trade.
He
was doing that homosexual shit that is a man. And then you got this Edomite saying Sterling was awesome. He was saying the truth. Well, it's your truth, Esau. It ain't the truth. You know what I mean? You all create the conditions, and then you blame the people for the conditions. That's what you do. That's what Edomites do. I guess that's why the CP3 trade never happened. We can, where can I watch this? Don Sterling Talkowitz is Jewish. Yeah, he a small hat. Yeah, this dude, Donald Sterling, is a small hat, man. Let me get that. Let me share the screen again. Salaki. Oh, no, Ezekiel 25, 12 and 25. Let me get that. Hold on. Oh, man. Salaki, brother. Ezekiel 12 and 25. I meant, my bad, brother. I meant 25 and 12. Salaki, that was my fault. Ezekiel 25 and 12. I meant that. That was my fault, brother. Salakia. Salakia for that. Right? Ezekiel 25 and 12. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah, which is what consisted of so-called Negroes, in the whole house of Judah, and you had the southern kingdom too, the rest of the southern kingdom, Benjamin and Levi, that would be the so-called Haitians and so-called West Indian Caribbeans, right? Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them, right? And that's what Esau has done. So that's why when y'all see these little bits of hatred, Esau popping up, there's going to be more. It's going to get way worse than this, because Donald Sterling wasn't a one-off. Donald Sterling, he was just part of the club, right? He just got ousted because Esau wants you to believe that that you're free and that everything's okay. So the so-called white man today is different than the white man yesterday, right? They want you to believe that. But this dude's a small hat. You know what I'm saying? This dude was a small hat. He had a wife and everything, and she didn't care that he was, dealing with other women and all of that. She didn't care nothing because he's rich and powerful, right? So this dude, Donald Sterling, his real name is Donald Samuel Tokowitz, man. And these small hats, they like changing their name. That's how they hide amongst the people. I was going to do a video on that too. I got some other pictures of other small hats that changed their names to more American sounding names, right? So, so they could hide amongst the people, right? So they can hide amongst the people. It says Donald T. Sterling, born Donald Samuel Tokowitz, is an American attorney, businessman who was the owner of the San Diego / Los Angeles Clippers and professional basketball franchise from 1981 to 2015. In 2014, Sterling was banned from the NBA for life and fined $2.5 million by the league after private recordings of him making racist comments were made public. In May, Sterling's wife, Shelley, reached an agreement for the Sterling Family Trust to sell the Clippers for $2 billion to Steve Ballmer, they made money off of that. There wasn't no loss for them. That was financial gain. You know what I'm saying? Which Sterling contested in court. The NBA Board of Governors approved the sale of the Clippers to Ballmer. Sterling settled his lawsuit against the NBA in November 2016 and remains active in Los Angeles real estate. And this situation didn't change his heart. Esau is the same motherfucker that he was yesterday. It says Donald Sterling was born Donald Tokowitz. His family moved to Boyle Heights area of Los Angeles when he was 2 years old. His parents, Susan and Mickey, were Ashkenazi Jewish immigrants. He attended Theodore Roosevelt High School in Los Angeles, where he was the school's gymnastic team and served as the class president. Blah, 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 blah. You see? And all these dudes are small hats. A lot of these guys, they hide themselves amongst a lot of these small hats. They hide and change their names. If you're so proud of who you are, why you change your name? Because these ain't the Lord's people, bro. This is Satan right here. This ain't the Lord's people, bro. So even Donald Sterling is like a cover name. He don't care that Donald Sterling is destroyed in the public eye, because Donald Samuel Tokowitz is still alive and well, and he can benefit in this world as much as he wants, because he's a devil. He's the devil, Satan himself, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, and she's still with him, Shelley Sterling. He had a girl and everything. His black chick that he was dealing with, she was the one recording all of that shit that he was saying. She was the one doing it. And this man's wealthy, bro. Like, this man, he ain't broke. He ain't broke, just like this guy, H.L. Hunt. Let me show y'all this guy. H.L. Hunt. He's another one that hate Jake. This guy right here. He's an American tycoon, and his sons today own the Kansas City Chief. I think his grandson Lamar Hunt, Kansas City Chief, which I think he's dead. Lamar is dead too, but his sons own it now. No, he's alive. This dude's alive. No, he died. Yeah, Yeah, he died in 2006. Kansas City Chiefs owner, this dude Lamar Hunt, is H.L. Hunt's son or grandson. Yeah, Lamar Hunt Jr. Right, this devil right here. He comes from a racist family. Franchise owner and president of the Kansas City Mavericks, founder of Loretto Companies, known for owning the Kansas City Mavericks ice hockey team, advisory board member for the Kansas City Chiefs. And his family owns the Chiefs, man. Who owns the Chiefs? Who owns the Kansas City Chiefs? Clark Hunt. And Clark Hunt is part of the Hunt family. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here. Clark Noble Hunt is an American billionaire and businessman who is chairman and CEO of the National Football League's Kansas City Chiefs and founder investor in a Major League Soccer. Right? His father, Hunt was born February 1965. He is the son of Norma and Lamar Hunt and a grandson of oil tycoon H.L. Hunt. Now, he don't gotta suffer for what his forefathers did. Well, not yet, right? But let's go back to his grandfather. His grandfather is this devil, H.L. Hunt, right? And I'm just going to scroll down to right here to his beliefs, connection to white supremacy. Listen to this. Multiple sources, including American civil rights icon Malcolm X, implicate Hunt, a Democrat, as a lifelong racist who provided major financial assistance to several far-right organizations, such as the Minutemen, John Birch Society. Hunt considered African Americans a political threat and made this clear in his radio interviews and broadcasts. One of Hunt's chief allies was Alan Zoid, said that since 1936, Hunt advocated deporting all African Americans to Africa. For this reason, Hunt supplied Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad continuous financial support due to the latter's belief in racial separation from whites. Man. And that's why when Malcolm X is speaking out against this dude, they didn't want that to get out, so they killed him. They had him put to death, right? They didn't want that to get out. That amongst other things that the dude knew, right? And when Malcolm X spoke out against JFK, when JFK got put to death, he felt some type of way about it. Why? Because he was teaching you so-called black supremacy, but this dude, or black separatism, but this dude, he was being funded by Esau. Esau Edom. I mean, this dude, he probably back today. You know what I'm saying? This devil probably back today, and through one of his grandchildren. But when he was alive, he hated Jake. He couldn't stand you, right? He didn't want you to be in his peripheral. He wanted to deport every last so-called African American back to Africa, and we're not even African. You know what I'm saying? We're not even African, bro. You see? But that's the hatred that Esau has for you, right? Yeah, it's nothing wrong with racial separatism, but because the Most High, like the brother asked, isn't racial. No, ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. But see, Esau, when he talk about separatism, he ain't gonna leave you alone if you separate. And you going to Africa, that's a third world continent. You don't know shit about Africa. You don't know the language, the culture. You don't know the cartography or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You lay of the land. You don't know none of that. But the Most High is of separatists, man. And there ain't nothing wrong with being separate. But this dude was doing it just to oppress Jake. He wasn't doing it because it was a spiritual thing. This is Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So every nation has their portion. And Africa is not our portion. That's Ham's portion. And that's where this devil wanted to send you. Just like Abraham Lincoln sent a whole bunch of Jakes that was willing to go back to Africa, they established Liberia. And that place is a fucking hellhole today. It was a hellhole back then. It's a hellhole now. Because Africa is not our homeland. Israel is. You know? So again, when Esau talked about separatism, he's not doing it because it's a righteous act. This devil doing it because he's just wicked. But one of the brothers said, I was just in Africa for 2 weeks, brother. Yeah. It says, and they know we are not dumb. Exactly. They know we ain't dumb. Just because you brown skin don't make you a Hamite, bro. Just because you brown skin, it don't make you a Hamite. You know? And Jake don't understand that. So the Most High is a separatist. He's a true separatist. That's why in the kingdom of heaven, these nations, when they stand up, it ain't gonna be no more mixing and mingling. Ain't gonna be no, you ain't gonna have Hamites and Moabites having babies together with interracial relationships. The only ones that's gonna be allowed to have interracial relationships is gonna be the kings of Israel, us. These other nations, they ain't gonna be able to do that. They're gonna have to, we can have any, because we can have any woman, but they can't. And they ain't gonna be living amongst us like we just all cool. You know? Lock it, brother. These nations, they're gonna be working. These nations, they're gonna be working for us, man. They're gonna be servants, man. And at a certain time, they're gonna have to get their ass up out our land. You know what I'm saying? It says, what's the rule on Jake being with Hamite women? You can be with any woman you want, brother. Just don't marry her. You know what I mean? Just don't get no contract with her. Don't set no covenant up with her. But you can lay with them. If you in a Hamite woman, brother, that's your thing. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. We Israelite men, brother. These women were made for us. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is the book of Psalms. I'm sorry, Ecclesiasticus 12:16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And that's how Esau is. He speak good to you, he speak nice to you. Like that dude Donald Sterling. He was shaking Jake's hand. And he said he didn't like white boys. Why? Because he didn't want to exploit the white man. He wanted to exploit the blacks, the so-called poor, the simple of our people, man. You know? He wanted to create the simple of our people, man. You know? Somebody said bro was diabolical in every way. He was. And all these Edomites at that high level and even the low level are diabolical. See, Jake, you're just used to seeing an average Edomite, you know, the guy you got to work with, Joe Sixpack. But the super elite, man, they think like Donald Trump. Donald Trump, yeah. They think like Donald Sterling. All of them, even Donald Trump. He thinks like that. He don't like you niggas. But he'll shake your hand. He'll take a picture with you, put his arm around your shoulder, but he hates you. When Donald Trump was in New York City and he had real estate in New York City, he didn't want Jake living in his property at all, especially so-called Negroes, man. He didn't want that. He said, you don't want to live with them. I don't want to live with them. That's what he said. Right? But Jake think that the power comes from Esau's money. It's not his money. The earth is given into his hands. He's the wicked. You know what I'm saying? He's the wicked. The Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said that old white racist wanted BBD up his cornhole. Yeah, that's what he wanted. And he got it too. I'm sure he got it plenty times over. It says them blacks should be thankful for him giving them a job. And that's what Donald Sterling said. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what Donald Sterling said. They should be happy because I'm giving them jobs. I'm giving them money that they can feed their family. I feed. Esau's mind is he's feeding you, not Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. What the scripture says, riches and poverty come from the Most High. Not Esau. It wasn't Esau doing that. The Lord allowed Jake to have natural gifts, natural born talents that allowed them to, you know, eat a little better than an average slave. But they still slaves, man. Ecclesiasticus 11:14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death poverty and riches come of the Lord, man. They don't come from Esau. Esau ain't doing shit for us, man. You know what I mean? Anything we have, we giving the glory and the thanks to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Because that's where all this stuff comes from. Not Esau. But Esau, in his mind, it does. In his mind, he believes that. You know? He believes that. He believes that. And then the only reason why these NBA players even talking about this dude is because they're allowed to. They ain't saying that this shit happened on the Lakers. Yeah, LeBron James be freaking off with Jenny Buss all the time. He be giving her the pipe, the BBC. Yeah. Because she walk in the locker room looking at Jake's manhood, his ride, and pick one out, man, and take him up and take him down. Kobe Bryant, all them niggas. Michael Jordan, all them niggas. All them niggas are nothing but bucks for Esau, bro. Straight up. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's Esau's pride. He don't believe he can be taken down. He don't believe that he's going to be destroyed. He don't believe that because his pride won't let him. He believed he could fight against the Lord. And that, it shows you that in the scriptures that they're going to fight against Yahweh Shai. Man, you are fucking nuts, bro. Here it is. The only begotten son of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is returning with chariots upon chariots upon chariots. And he ain't just driving it. He ain't in the back waiting for somebody to open the door. He going to be standing on top of it. And guess what? They're going to try to bring water to him, man. And he going to destroy them. That's pride. Pride is the only thing that could move you to do something like that. That and the Most High, he put it in their spirit to fight against them, even though they were scared. Yet durst fight. You see? So yeah, brothers, I just wanted to bring this out. Hopefully, Lord willing, we'll be at camp tomorrow, and brothers tune in to camp. But yeah, Esau got Jake by the balls, man. Clipped, man. He clipped. All the NBA players' balls are clipped, man. Them niggas is neutered. Right? That's why they don't talk about things that matter. They ain't gonna talk about Yahweh Bashim Shai. They ain't gonna acknowledge his prophets. Shit, they won't even acknowledge the fake prophets, man. That dude Kyrie Irving, he's a sellout nigga. The only you niggas thinking about all people loving each other and freedom of love and religion and all of that other shit. Only you Jakes. Esau Edom don't think that way. It's all about him. It ain't about you. And you gotta be the same way. You gotta have that ruling class mentality. Now, to have that ruling class mentality don't mean that you just go out and do what you want to do, say what you want to say. No. But you being wise as a serpent and what? Harmless as a dove. So I hope you were edified. You know what I'm saying? Lord, Tawada for you brothers. The brother said, how can I financially support you, the camp and GMS for these lessons? Hey, brother, you just showing up on a comment board is support enough, man. But I don't think I got your number, but hey, just leave your email on underneath of the last video that you see on our page, and I'll shoot you some information. The water, brother, and all you brothers that's tuning in, the water Yahweh Bashim Shai. So that we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim and Kakadash. Say double honor to the apostles and the bishop, elders, a great millstone, teaching the word and truth and sincerity and well. Salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, keep striving. And we almost out of here. Hey, shalom.